God says, "My child, listen carefully, for this is not an ordinary message. This is not something to take lightly. The heavens have been stirred, and the angels have been dispatched with a divine revelation concerning you. This is about you. This is about what has been hidden. This is about what has been working against you without your knowledge. My child, you are at a crossroads, and what you choose to do in this moment will determine what happens next. Archangel Michael has spoken. His voice carries the weight of urgency, of divine instruction, of heavenly warning. He says that something unseen is happening, something dangerous, something that has already begun to spread. And you, my child, are at the center of it. This is about you. This is about what has been taking root, what has been growing without your knowledge, what has been moving in the shadows while you remained unaware. You are infecting many people, but you do not know it. You have been carrying something invisible to the eye, something that has attached itself to your spirit, your mind, your life. My child, I need you to open your eyes, for the truth is more serious than you realize. This is not a message to be ignored. This is not a word to be brushed aside. This is your wake-up call. This is the moment of realization. This is the revelation that will change everything. The infection did not start with you. It was planted, carefully, deliberately, by an enemy you did not see. It entered through the words spoken to you, the hands that touched you, the environments you walked into without discernment. It grew in secret, hidden beneath layers of distractions, wrapped in the illusions of normalcy. And now, it has reached a point where it is no longer contained. It is moving beyond you, affecting those around you, spreading into areas of your life that you never thought possible. My child, do you feel the weight of this message? Do you understand what I am saying? This is not a small matter. This is not a warning to be taken lightly. You are carrying something, and if you do not act now, if you do not confront it, if you do not root it out, it will continue to spread. It will continue to infect your relationships, your thoughts, your emotions, your destiny. The enemy has been subtle, but I am exposing him. The enemy has been working in silence, but I am pulling back the curtain. The infection is spiritual. It is mental. It is emotional. It has wrapped itself around your mind, influencing the way you think, the way you perceive the world, the way you interpret the actions of others. It has made you believe lies. It has made you doubt the truth. It has made you question my voice, my presence, my love for you. The enemy has used this infection to separate you from the truth, to keep you bound in cycles of confusion, fear, and uncertainty. But today, I am putting an end to it. My child, there is something you must do. You must confront this infection. You must identify where it came from. You must trace it back to its origin. Was it a relationship that introduced it? Was it an environment that nurtured it? Was it a decision that allowed it to take root? You cannot ignore this. You cannot pretend it does not exist. The time for avoidance is over. The time for action is now. Archangel Michael has sounded the alarm. Heaven is watching. The spiritual realm is moving. The infection must be dealt with before it spreads further. My child, I am speaking to you now, urgently, forcefully, because there is no more time to waste. This is not a distant warning. This is not something that will happen in the future. It is happening now. It is affecting you now. It is moving now. And if you do not act, it will take more than you ever thought possible. You may have noticed things shifting in your life. Strange occurrences. Sudden changes in people's behavior towards you. Opportunities slipping through your fingers. A heaviness that you cannot explain. These are not coincidences. These are symptoms. Signs that the infection is at work. Signs that the spiritual battle is intensifying. Signs that the enemy is trying to keep you blind to what is really happening. But I will not allow it. I am speaking now because I love you. Because I want you to be free. Because I will not let you be consumed by something that was never meant to be part of you. My child, do not fear. I have already made a way for you to be cleansed. I have already provided the solution. But you must be willing. You must be ready. You must choose to walk in the truth. The infection has thrived in secrecy, but today, it is being brought into the light. Do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking that this message is for someone else. Do not let him trick you into believing that you are exempt from this warning. My child, this is about you. This is about what has been happening in your life, in your heart, in your mind. And I am giving you the opportunity to be free before it is too late. The infection has targeted your destiny. It has worked to delay you, to hinder you, to keep you from walking in the fullness of what I have prepared for you. But no more. Today is the day of exposure. Today is the day of deliverance. Today is the day of breakthrough. But you must act now. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not allow doubt to hold you back. The enemy will try to make you ignore this message. He will try to convince you that everything is fine. But my child, you know deep inside that things are not fine. You have felt the struggle. You have sensed that something is wrong. You have known, deep in your spirit, that something has been working against you. And now, I have confirmed it. Do not let this infection take more from you. Do not let it continue to spread. You have the power to stop it. You have the authority to remove it. I have given you everything you need to break free. But you must make the choice. You must take the step. You must decide that you will no longer live under this influence. Archangel Michael is standing by, ready to fight on your behalf. Heaven's armies are positioned, ready to move. But you must open your heart. You must receive this message. You must accept this truth. This is your moment of decision. This is your moment of awakening. My child, listen to me. The infection is not greater than my power. The darkness is not stronger than my light. The deception is not deeper than my truth. But you must be willing to let go. You must be willing to surrender. You must be willing to say, God, I choose truth. I choose freedom. I choose deliverance. The time is now. The moment is here. The exposure has begun. The chains are breaking. And you, my child, are about to step into a level of clarity, healing, and breakthrough that you have never experienced before. My beloved child, listen closely, for this message is not one to be taken lightly, nor is it to be dismissed as mere words without weight. This message comes with urgency, with a calling that demands your attention, with a revelation that will shake the very core of your understanding. The time of ignorance is over, the time of avoidance has ended, for now, the truth must be faced, and it must be faced with open eyes, with an open heart, with a spirit willing to receive that which has been hidden for too long. You have walked this path believing yourself to be without fault, believing that your hands were clean, that your heart was pure, but now the veil is being lifted, and you must see, truly see, what has been concealed from you. Archangel Michael speaks, and his voice is a sword, cutting through illusion, severing the chains of deception, bringing forth light into the dark corners where shadows have reigned for too long. You have been chosen to hear these words because you are at a precipice, a turning point, a moment where one path leads to destruction and the other to redemption. You are not here by accident. You are not reading these words by coincidence. This is a divine appointment, a calling that has echoed through eternity, waiting for this moment, this very second, for you to receive what has been ordained before time began. You are infecting many people, and you do not even realize it. You have allowed yourself to become a vessel, but not for light, not for truth, not for righteousness. Instead, you have carried something dangerous within you, something subtle, something insidious, something that has spread like poison, touching the hearts and souls of those around you, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. This is not to condemn you, not to cast you aside, not to abandon you in despair, but to awaken you, to shake you from your slumber, to make you see the urgency of the hour and the necessity of turning away from what has taken root within you. Look around you. Look at the people whose lives you have touched. Do you see the pain? Do you see the confusion? Do you see the burdens that were never meant to be theirs, yet now they carry because of words you have spoken, actions you have taken, energies you have released without understanding their weight? You have not meant harm, you have not intended destruction, but the enemy works not only through malice but through ignorance, through distraction, through deception, through subtle influences that creep in unnoticed until they have spread so far that the damage seems irreversible. But hear this now, it is not too late. It is not beyond repair. The light is still calling to you, and you still have a chance to change, to purge what has taken hold, to break free from the unseen chains that have bound you and to step into the truth that will set you free. You must search your heart. You must ask yourself the hard questions. Have your words built others up, or have they torn them down in ways you did not even perceive? Have your actions been rooted in love, in purity, in holiness, or have they been tainted by selfishness, by pride, by hidden motives you refuse to acknowledge? Have you carried bitterness, resentment, jealousy, doubt, allowing them to spread from your own soul into the hearts of those around you, without even realizing that you were sowing seeds of destruction where there should have been life? Have you given a listening ear to whispers that were not from heaven, allowing yourself to become a channel for energies and influences that have no place in the kingdom of God? Archangel Michael speaks again, and his words are a clarion call. This is the moment of choice. This is the hour of decision. You cannot remain in the middle ground. You cannot continue to walk two paths at once, claiming righteousness while harboring poison, claiming truth while entertaining deception. The sword has been drawn, the line has been marked, and you must choose where you stand. Do not deceive yourself. Do not say, "This is not for me." Do not dismiss this as something meant for another, for the very fact that you are here, reading this, means that this message is yours, meant for you, a divine assignment that cannot be ignored without consequence. The infection must be purged. The weight must be lifted. The hidden things must be brought into the light so that they may be destroyed before they destroy you and those you love. You have been given power, authority, a divine calling, but it has been hindered, obstructed, polluted by the very things you have refused to confront. There are spirits attached to you that do not belong. There are thoughts in your mind that are not yours. There are patterns of behavior that have been ingrained into you by forces that seek to keep you from stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. But hear this, my child, for this is not the end of your story. This is not a message of condemnation, but of hope. This is not a message of destruction, but of restoration. This is not the final judgment, but the last warning before the tide turns, before the battle reaches its peak, before the heavens shift and the doors either open or close forever. You are not alone in this. I have sent warriors to stand by your side. I have assigned angels to fight on your behalf. I have not abandoned you, nor will I ever abandon you. But you must take the first step. You must acknowledge the truth. You must come before me with a heart willing to change, willing to be cleansed, willing to let go of everything that has entangled you and return fully to the light. There is no room for compromise. There is no place for half measures. The infection must be eradicated, or it will consume you. The choice is yours, my child. Choose life. Choose truth. Choose to walk in the fullness of who you were created to be. Time is short. The battle is fierce. But victory is within reach if you will only take my hand and walk forward in faith. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Open your heart, receive these words, and act now. The heavens are watching. The angels are waiting. And your destiny stands before you, ready to be claimed. This is your moment. This is your call. Will you answer? God says, my child, do not be afraid, for what you are going through is not meant to destroy you but to awaken you. There have been whispers in the spiritual realm, movements unseen, forces at work that seek to bring confusion, but I am here to bring clarity. I am here to expose the hidden, to break the chains that have kept you bound, and to reveal the truth that has been long concealed. My child, listen carefully. You are at the center of a battle, not just in the physical but in the spiritual. The things happening around you are not coincidences. The struggles, the delays, the sudden attacks, they have all been orchestrated by those who do not want to see you rise. But I tell you now, their plans will not stand. Their schemes will not succeed. I have placed my hand upon you, and no one can undo what I have ordained. Archangel Michael has been sent to guard you, to shield you from the arrows that have been aimed at you in secret. There are those who have spoken ill against you, those who have tried to poison your name, those who have gone out of their way to make you look like the enemy. But I have seen it all, and I will not remain silent. My child, do not fear, for I am your defender. The truth will be revealed. The lies will collapse. The accusations will be overturned. The woman who has been working against you, the one who smiles in your presence but curses you in your absence, she is being exposed. She has been moving in darkness, manipulating, deceiving, and misleading others about you. But her time is up. She thought she was untouchable, she thought her actions were unnoticed, but I have been watching. And now, she will reap what she has sown. The sickness that she wished upon you, the misfortune she wanted for you, the struggles she spoke over your life, they will not touch you, my child. They will return to her tenfold. I am a God of justice, and I do not allow the innocent to suffer at the hands of the wicked. Every tear you have shed, every moment of doubt, every attack against your character, I have counted them all. And I say to you, the tables are turning. This message has reached you because you need to know that you are not alone. You need to understand that what is happening is not by accident. You have been under spiritual attack, but you have also been under divine protection. The enemy wanted you to believe that you were losing, but in reality, you were being prepared for something greater. The pain was a process. The isolation was necessary. The setbacks were setups for your breakthrough. There is power in your prayers, my child. Do not stop praying. Do not stop seeking me. The enemy wants you to be discouraged. He wants you to believe that your prayers are unheard, that your faith is in vain. But I tell you now, every word you have spoken in faith, every cry you have made in secret, I have heard them all. And I am responding. The answers are coming. The miracles are unfolding. The doors are opening. I am calling you higher, my child. I am calling you into a new season where the things that once held you back will no longer have power over you. The chains are breaking. The burdens are lifting. The people who betrayed you will no longer have access to you. I am removing what does not serve you. I am cutting off what has been draining you. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the shifts in your spirit. There will be people who suddenly distance themselves. There will be situations that suddenly change. Do not be alarmed. Do not try to hold on to what I am removing. Trust me, my child. Trust that I know what is best for you. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. The road ahead is filled with blessings, and no one can take from you what I have ordained for you. Stay strong. Stay faithful. Stay in prayer. The battle is already won. Victory is yours. The exposure is happening. The restoration is beginning. And soon, you will see why everything happened the way it did. This is your moment, my child. The truth is coming to the light. The wicked will fall. And you will rise. Keep your faith strong, for I am with you, now and forever.